Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everything is going well. You guys you guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Alrighty, let's check out a few comments before I start this live stream. Inglorious P on fire. Yeah, that's definitely right. And Grant says popcorn. Oh yeah, popcorn all right. So last night, actually yesterday, I did a video. I talk about pumps and dumps, right? I've been talking about that for a long time, right? It's nothing different than what I've been doing over the past year. I have different types of videos as well. And oh yeah, let's check out another comment. Just got this. Just hanging out here, updating my MySpace page. Oh, I thought that went. I thought no one uses it these days. But regardless, so yesterday I did a video, and I didn't expect people to have a type of reaction that I did yesterday. But anyways, I was basically cleaning my house all day, and yeah, we have guests coming over and all that stuff. The next few weeks is going to be pretty busy, and what happened was yeah, I had a long nap, right? 3 hours, and you're saying, "What the hell does that matter?" So I woke up, and then I get a text from, the leader of the Build-A-Bear group, and, he texted me saying that, "Hey, look, come on my live stream." So I got this, at 8:10 Central, and, what ended up happening was I just turned on the YouTube. I had other things to do. I didn't even eat dinner, and then I just see, these, 2 ringleaders. They were talking about me, and I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, both of you have over 4,000 subs, and you got really irritated at my video," which I'm like, "Okay, that just seems a little weird." You know, usually I am in the chats of this guy, but I have to eat dinner, and I just woke up. Let's look at some comments right now. Raw Dog, me too. You love MySpace? Baker boy, you're here for the free content? Oh yeah. Well, enjoy, man. All right. Oh, LMAO, Raw Dog, no doubt. This vintage 128. You hurt feelings calling art Star Wars. That's the next pump and dump. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've done videos, I've talked about this stuff over and over again. You could go back year over year. And the ringleader was talking about how I'm becoming like mini sports card radio. But if you look at my videos year over year, I speak my mind, and I definitely ruffle feathers. I understand that, but I tell you what I think. So last year I did videos on these Wall Street crooks are going to ruin everything. This was what, March or April of last year. Well, people were cheering on Wall Street. I'm not hating on some of the guys. Some of the guys that I like were talking about that. I was talking about, this market's looks really inflated. It's going to come down most likely. I was supposed to get my buddy Don, who predicted all of this, but he couldn't come on. He had to go to his mother-in-law's house, last minute thing. So, I wanted to have him on, but maybe next time. I'll probably have to do a recorded video with him. Yeah. A 3-hour nap. Damn, toddler style. Yeah, it was a long nap. We have a lot of cleaning to do. My younger brother's getting married. We have guests coming over in the next few weeks. Oh, it's the ringleader. I'm the guy in question. You're clear to say my name, AIH. The click WWE style. All right. It's still. So let me just get a drink of water. So anyways, this is the type of content that I've been doing. I've ticked people off, expressing my views on Simone Biles at the time. My views actually changed on Biles after I listened to this Owen Benjamin video saying that, hey, look, remember the Paul Nasser stuff? I believe that's the guy's name. So, my views actually changed after listening to Owen Benjamin. But, I speak my mind. I don't like LeBron. I like MJ, right? Some people don't like it. I tell you what I think, but that doesn't mean, we can't have a civil conversation. The Paul says the dislike comes from having no recommendations to handle what is wrong. Just calling out something wrong isn't enough. Okay. You going to national this year? No, too many things going on my end. Hopefully next year I can make it. I think last year I was about to go, but then my wife had surgery, so I couldn't go. But regardless, so it comes into question pump and dumps, right? And the reality is, number one, this market is illiquid. Okay. When you have illiquid markets, you could push prices higher. I've discussed this in several videos, and I don't understand why they don't understand that view. For instance, penny stocks, right? Penny stocks can be pumped and dumped. I gave an example of how Peter Schiff accused Jonathan Lebed over a decade ago for doing this when he was with National Inflation. I think he's still with that organization, National Inflation Association. Okay. And Lebed was involved in some hanky panky in 1999 Yahoo Finance chat groups. And I compare what people are doing today to what people are doing in Yahoo chat rooms, hyping things up. And when you hype things up and you have positions, you can unload it because you could get the next sucker in. And one of the soy boys on the chat last night, he was saying, "Oh, show me the receipt. Show me the receipt." Mr. Trudeau's fanboy. I mean, let's look at some of the receipts. Okay, this is I got a message from one of the guys big guy on Instagram. And he showed me the great negotiator. I'm going to call him Scott Boris, okay? Because Scott Boris, while he may be a good negotiator, his tactics in the past have been pretty slimy, I would say, right? So for the soy boy that was chiming in last night, all right, so let's look at this. This is October 17th, 2021, October 17th. And it says, Scott Boris, getting deals done. Another PMG for the collection. Okay. I'm on this guy's Instagram channel. He blocked me actually. So I got a message. Okay. All right. So, for that soy boy that was, ranting on last night. Let's go to that message. Let's look at the dates. Okay. All right, January 6th, I will be there, coming to Dallas. He has what's in his collection, and he's dumping all of his cards. Not all of his cards, but some of his cards. So you're telling me that, oh, look, no receipts, no receipts. Yeah, that's one of the receipts. If you, number one, are looking at what I showed in my previous videos of Scott Boris had this rock card that he bought. What was it a few months ago? He said, "Oh, I think I bought it at $2,500, and it was $1,500." That's a huge discrepancy. These are the type of negotiations Scott Boris has done. Do you remember Chan-Ho Park? I'm sure the soy boy follows baseball, so that's another thing. So the thing is, these type of negotiations, this is what they do. And I've had messages from other individuals when these videos were going down. Number one, what happened was, one individual told me that, hey, look, this dude overinflated the comps. He knew the comps, but he was lying to me. These are the tactics that he uses. So you got him pumping this up, right? And then in addition, when you have individuals that are saying, hey, look, let's be positive, right? Because that's good for our prices, because that's what Josh says in his white paper. So the thing is that what he's referring to in Josh's white paper, what happens is the price of the card goes up basically based on, you get the demand higher. How you get the demand higher, in his opinion, or how I interpret it, is you increase the demand by being positive. Let's not talk about negativity, and let's not talk about the shenanigans, right? Let's not talk bad about Karl Marx, right? Who was running a freaking Ponzi scheme, right? In some of his comments, he wasn't talking about, how bad that was. People were coming after individuals during that time. One individual that made a good who made a good decision was Rolling with FD. Okay, Rolling with FD was aggressive and said, "Hey, look, I am not going to um, associate with this individual anymore. I'm going to make sure that all these videos and pictures, try to delete the ones that he could find." So I applaud Rolling with FD, and I've gone on his live stream. Right, we may not agree, but that's how it works, right? So I respect Rolling with FD for doing that. Okay, did Scott Boris do that? No, right? Oh yeah, and another thing about Karl Marx, this dude had a freaking burglary at his freaking house right before the PSA trial, right? So that's another thing, right? Were some of those cards, in his possession? All right, let's go through some comments. Okay. I like your different views. BK Sports, I wonder if the Great One will chime in. I think he did a month ago when I was doing this video. Ryan McClanahan. Hey, everyone. Hey, what's going on, man? Thomas C. People posting videos on what they think may or not happen, like to buy, think is cool now, pump and dump. As if these content creators all have hundreds or thousands of Star Wars cards to unload. I like Sports Card Anonymous. Dakota is pumping if he were on ping as he's been going. He have a huge channel. It just seems like a true card lover, and I think so do you, bro. I think at the heart you too. Raw Dog, both agree really bubbles are bad and both love cards. Paul says, or Paul who discover music cards, Star Wars, F1, and other stuff maybe aren't pumping and dumping. Maybe they just like the cards because they're basically free. Let's be real. I'm upset you called me out for pumping and dumping when I'm not. It's nothing to do with your library of content. I publicly supported you with your first spat with GC. Okay. I won't opine on the great avoider, but I have followed Dakota for 18 months. He's just a card guy in his genius, not trying to manipulate markets. Yeah, you could think that, but doesn't he have a badge? Isn't he promoted by what's his name? The guys at Pump Ladder? Is he gatekeeping? Is he not telling people all the shenanigans going on? Exactly, Paul. Coincidentally, everyone likes the same corny crap like Star Wars. All right. If they had receipts, they would have to report to the IRS. Yeah, the thing about receipts, I saw what's his name? What's his name? MTJ Line. He's talking about all these flippers, and these flippers were what is it called? They don't show their face anymore. They don't go to that many shows these days. They don't go to that many shows these days because or they don't show their face on the videos because, number one, the government wants more money. So it makes sense why they don't do that many videos. JK, yeah, Sports Card Anonymous is, of course, pumping. You have a following and dudes listen. I mean, you have what? Almost 5 grand followers, and you're going on with Scott Boris. C&T collectibles, overinflated comps, then somebody didn't do their homework, not a crime. That's a good point. I was thinking that too. Like, people could go after him all they want. This vintage 128 SCA is definitely pumping. You know, I think you were a big fan of him back in the day. You should have MTG Lion on to discuss high level of hanky panky going on with the hobby. Yeah, he commented on my video last night and one of the videos, and I told him that you're welcome to come on my live stream. I didn't receive a response. Maybe I missed it, but I would definitely love to have him on. I really hate the infighting crap and the negative waves going on. You don't always have to be positive, but you can't always be negative either. Yeah, I agree with that. You didn't see that last night though on that podcast with that soy boy. All right. All right. Not of these YouTube guys are paying taxes. IG guys for sure don't pay taxes. Now, this is not me saying is this just a claim. Roth cards YouTube started with the prank channel, didn't now. Now guys worship him on the sports card following. All right. I don't know too much about Roth cards. I know he's a flipper. He's a buddy with Fornos. I know Fornos follows me and I follow Fornos. Oh, wow. I got a $20 thing down below, or someone sent a super chat. I wonder if it's a negative one. Mervin Flores. But shouldn't pumping be okay? It's when you pump and dump that becomes problematic. Showing off your collection, whether in social media or in person, is a form of pumping, right? So the thing is, there's nothing wrong in showing your collection or your cards. It's the fact that you say that, hey, I want to support the community. I'm getting this from my own collection. And then you gaslight your supporters when you say, oh, I'm actually selling this, right? The price has gone high, right? And the problem that I have is you say you can't have negativity, right? Can't be negative, can't be negative. Then you're pumping, right? If you only want positive comments, that means you want to artificially increase the price of your cards. The soy boy with the ringleader of the Build-A-Bear group, was saying, oh, there's no pumping. No, show me your receipts. Trudeau's fanboy. All right, let's look at this. All right, Brendan Ryan, MTG line isn't a bad idea for a guest. I hear what you're saying. It's a fine line between good marketing and pump and dump. Philosophical question. That is the truth, right? And I told you the story of how I had a futures broker. I think some people misinterpreted it, right? So what happened was the futures broker that I work with, he was involved in not a penny stock, but a equity stock, which is different than the futures market, for engaging in a penny stock pump and dump, or a equity pump and dump. It was a garbage stock. He was paid a kickback. He didn't disclose it when he went on Fox Business. He got busted. They actually found it, I think, through burner phones, which was crazy. And after looking at the case, that was quite interesting. All right. Showing collection has nothing to do with pumping. Yeah, I agree with that. It has nothing to do with pumping. Now, if you're going on day in, day out, what is your agenda? I see this one F1 person every freaking day, right? F1 this, F1 that, F1 this, F1 that. What is your intention? You're pumping, right? No one freaking has that much of an obsession with F1. This vintage, as soon as the price goes up, these content creators will have a cornball jaw dropping pic with the title saying, I sold $15,000 in Star Wars cards. Yeah, exactly. Right. And some people say, oh, the basis was it was greater than zero and blah, 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 blah. Dude, this is what they do to the leader of the Build-A-Bear group. This is what was done with PMG. I know you don't follow that stuff, but I got messages. Instagram, this dude, I showed you the dates. Your soy boy buddy could take a look on his Instagram unless he deleted it. So he showed, hey, look, it's for my collection. Then he goes to a freaking show in Dallas and wants to unload it. All right. All right. I'm sorry my message had major typos. I apologize. Oh, man. They pump on all platforms, social platforms. That's a pump. You should have Dakota SC on your live. You know, I was talking about him maybe going on Thursday. Now, that being said, I'm not sure if it's going to work out. You know, a lot of things going on. It said this coming next 2 weeks. Oh, free. Why don't you have SCA right now and you guys can just talk it out like two adults? We'll talk. I'm going to let off some steam tonight because if I were to have him on today, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. But I'll let off some steam and we'll talk it out on a live stream. Where we will probably be a little more civil. Oh, wow. Director of Awesome to pay for an actual StreamYard subscription. Hashtag stream pumper. I like that. Thanks, man. Would have to respectfully disagree. I think it's okay to talk about what you like. That's the point of the hobby. I think I said that. You know, I have number one, it's fine showing your collection, right? It's the point of where you're saying, oh, this is for my own personal collection. I have and you're pretty much implying you're not going to sell it for a long time. And then in the next few months, you freaking sell it, right? I'm lost. Who's the soy boy? And agree with Neo. Good to be adults and talk it out. Trudeau's fanboy from Canada. He's okay. Who wants a drunk on Dakota? What, he's a drunk all the time on his live streams? Agreed, Neo. Well deserved. I'm here and ready to talk. I'll talk to you when I blow off some steam. You also have the dude involved with Mastro working at another auction house. Oh, yeah. Speaking of. Oh, yeah. For all you fanboys that don't think pumping and dumping goes on, tell me who is involved in the Mastro case. Show me in the documents what guy is running a freaking auction houses with huge record sales. Tell me. You think those auctions are legit? You realize PWCC was freaking kicked off of eBay? Are you guys that freaking naive? All right, Baker Boy. Dakota Thirsty, go on your own channel. Why don't you thank the person who sent the $20? Jeez, I did. I'm just going through all these comments. I did. I was laughing. Ryan McClanahan, which soy boy? Because I was watching Dak and Carlos. I'll check it out if I know which soy boy. Soy grows tits too, so stay away from that junk. I already said it. Trudeau's fanboy from Canada. All right, Charles Fuchs. I'm the biggest pumper in the game. I need more hate. Yeah, man. I think you were in what's his name? Patrick Ryan. I like both of you guys, by the way. I like Patrick Ryan and I like Charles Fuchs, aka Stacking Gems. He had a thing about you in his story. But once again, I like both of you guys, okay? Director of Awesomeness. We're gonna talk later on. This is not the time and place right now. I will definitely talk to him. Are we name calling each other? Yes, Charles is 100% pumper and proud of it. Be like Charles. Yeah, Charles is the biggest pumper of PMGs, man. Biggest pumpers. Hey, bring on Dakota so you could discuss this. I like to see that. Oh, we're going to definitely talk. I don't know when it's going to be if he's up for it. This was supposed to be a chat with Don tonight, so let's avoid the ad hominem stuff. Hell yeah, I'm a pumper. Yeah, definitely. You are definitely a pumper, Charles. What is Mastro? Mastro, the shield bidding case? She collects and pumps F1? I say she collects F1. I'm being more positive when I say that. Paul says, what the F did you say? No one likes F1. People love racing. The market can blow up two ways. Either non-Americans love cards Americans love F1. That couldn't be more wrong if you tried. I'm not saying that some people like F1, but have you ever seen anyone freaking post F1 day in, day out? They're trying to pump it. BK Sports, Raw Dog. Who was a famous shillbidder and passing false memorabilia got caught by the feds? Good American Greed episode. Freak. Sean Sweeney. I see all the biggest grifters are here to give you a hard time. F them, my friend. I'm going to be going on, what's his name, podcast tomorrow. Flipping Steve. Check it out. I like Steve. You know, I know he's done a video indirectly about me, but, you know, I still like his, I like his cards. I like his videos. You know, I have nothing against him. Even though he doesn't agree with all the pump and dump stuff, that's fine. Inglorious P. Now, Paul, you know F1 is a pump and dump for sure. Maybe not others, but F1, fashionably. Raw Dog. Thanks, BK. I'll have to check that out. All right. Bob's Big Boy. It's money migration and market musical chairs. You consolidate a big inventory of an item with intent, then push it as the next new thing. The sheep follow and take the L. Don't be a sheep. Yeah, money migration. It go from one hot thing to another. It's like your kids, right? So a month ago, you know, I was being mocked by the Soy Boy and the Build-A-Bear group. And what they did was they were saying like, oh, no shill bidding going on in freaking the Gary V cards. Oh, this is nonsense, right? And then the other day they're saying, oh, you know, this Gary V thing, you know, this guy is not asking questions. Dude, I had the freaking video go to Ravel, and Ravel had to freaking ask Gary V about it. So shut the hell up. All right, Baker Boy. Live is fire. That's why they're harassing you. You're trending there, not? Yeah. Raw Dog. I'd say a pump and dump is an individual or syndicate of cronies who coordinate buying massive inventory of a certain player product, then use their influence to massively promote it and sell. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, and you do realize PSA, Golden, and Pump Ladder are on the same team, right? You do realize that, right? You know how that game works, right? Charles Fuchs, I'm involved in the pump and dump circle scheme. Oh, boy. You're involved in it. All right, man. All these guys, PMGs, man. I'm blaming you, Charles, man. I'm blaming you, Marvin. That's unfortunate, man. Wish you guys hash it out. Other than taxes, pump and dumpers are only an issue if they're good at it. All right. Canton Card Collector. Who's the biggest PSA fluffer? Sugar Performance. Great curator showed his PMG at a show and said he wasn't selling them, just collecting. Then once they became popular, he sold them. What's that called? Paper hands? Dude, I don't trust the dude. Okay, a few things. So, you know, number one, like I said, Karl Marx, right? Karl Marx, you know, he defended him. So he defends Ponzi schemes. Number two, when he did that video and said that, hey, come on my live stream, right? I was blocked. Then I saw it. And in the live stream, a Mojo, right? Mojo, that guy, he was talking smack about me. I don't know if you guys saw that Sports Card Radio and saw all that information on Mojo, right? So you had that going on. This guy had the audacity to talk trash about me. But then the great curator calls Mojo the freaking GOAT. Okay? Let's be real. I mean, I don't trust his judgment. I don't trust Scott Boris's judgment. All right. Beware of Sports Card Illuminati Secret Society of Pumpers. The Build-A-Bear Group. Clayton Terry. It's not just sports card influencers pumping F1. All of a sudden, SportsCenter is pretending to care about F1. You know, the whole thing is caring about F1. You know, I even saw an influencer, you know, who's a flipper, and he was saying that shady things are going on. He likes F1. He said shady things are going on with freaking F1. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who post F1 daily who actually like it. They're mostly non-Americans. People who call it a pump and dump, frankly, have no clue about the sports or the collectors. Non-Americans, I see Americans, American citizens talking about it every freaking day. What is their intention? You know, I like baseball. Do I talk about baseball on my live stream every day? Do I talk about it on Instagram every day? No, I don't. You're on right track. Keep talking. Thanks. SP123. I thought I was the only one watching everyone mentioning Star Wars. Can you talk about Build-A-Bear NFTs? Maybe Alex Jones can. F1 has a tiny audience. Go to a race. The stands are mostly empty. The ringleader says, I'm not saying pump and dump doesn't exist. I'm saying you accuse me of it, and now I'm saying those claims are false. Yeah, I don't like being called a con artist. Surprise. What the F is a soy boy? I think Mark Dice did some videos on him on that topic back in the day. Those are quite funny. I think in PJW did too. Will Sandy, anyone watching the run Alcaraz is on, never seen someone at this age with such a diverse game and mentally strong. Crazy. If you pump stonks like these YouTube influencer pump cards, you go straight to prison. What is that Monopoly thing? Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 or whatever the hell it is. Remember that the number one villain is the great influencer, Scott Boris, Baker Boy. Guilty by association, Dakota, according to Baker Boy. Ryan says, AIH, the DOJ's case included the names of the shill bidders and some are still active. I was wondering what the FBI was going with PWCC, PSA, and the T206 forgery case. That's a very good comment. Yeah. And the thing is, the FBI, they still don't do a good job. I know some people are saying, hey, you have that much trust in the FBI? No, I don't have that much trust in the FBI, but, that's how it goes. But still, I wonder if some of these auction houses, besides the ones that you mentioned, were investigated. And I also wondered if eBay was getting pressure from the DOJ to kick PWCC off for liability reasons. If Gary Vee and friends stick figures are the pinnacle of his talent, he won't be around long. No, the thing is, Gary Vee has a lot of money. Gary Vee, as much as I've criticized him, one of the good things about him, or one of the, you could say, strengths of him, he buys into weakness. So he's invested, I believe, in all these tech stocks, which he's made millions of dollars in. So I would expect when the stock market does crash, I mean, it has pulled back significantly since its highs earlier this year. I believe, when it does crash, I believe in 2024, 2025, you're probably going to see him buy probably the low in sports cards, and he's probably going to announce it. So, as much as I've criticized him, that's what I think. Marvin Flores, I'm still waiting for 2 items from Karl Marx, laugh out loud. So I thought PSA said that they're going to be sending the items over soon. All right. BK Sports, he's a direct message to the ringleader. You're the one who's bragging he's spending $800 on a feed and saying you're buying it up. You and Scott Boris were both pumping it up, and Boris was opening Star Wars on a live stream. Baker Boy says, Mojo a grub. CNT Collectibles, Will is pumping Alcaraz. Oh boy. Team AIH, Inglorious P, man, maybe come on my live stream and then one of these days. You know, I have a bunch of people lined up. I'm going to definitely have them on. Canton Card Collector, F1 sucks. It's all about football. Yeah, football season's coming up. It's going to be an interesting division where Mahomes is. I wonder how Mahomes is going to fare. That should be interesting. Without Tyreek Hill, this is going to be a huge test for Mahomes. I still have a bunch of his cards, but that's quite interesting. You know, I have a Brady, but, you know, I am also wondering about Brady, how he's going to be able to fare with a weakened Southern Division that he's in. Dude, these nicknames. Yep, I use rhetoric. You know, the soy boy yesterday was saying, oh, he doesn't reference people's name. Hey, genius. Aristotle talked about rhetoric, right? There's rhetoric versus dialectic. I thought you're smart, soy boy. Bob Boozle, I prefer NASCAR to F1. BK Sports, SCA, once you start putting prices on cards and bragging about it, that's pumping. Clayton Terry, Paul is right. The people who care about F1 are outside the U.S., unless they jumped on the bandwagon after the documentary. Team Inglorious. Yep, that's right. Team Inglorious. Is that soy sauce boy? Damn right. He's incredible. I think pump and dump is real, but what people are looking for details and receipts so we can identify the scam and learn how to avoid it. Melvin Flores says, first time I heard soy boy was from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I heard it from PJW, I think. I think his videos you can't find on YouTube. It's hard to. FAK 6. F1 is a poor sport to collect. 20 drivers, no history, few stats, only a few teams can win races. I love watching it, but I never buy F1 cards. Oh boy. Oh boy. Clayton says, I like both you and Dakota, but I don't see him as a pumper. Okay. Yeah, this is the other thing that I didn't see yesterday in the live stream. Curator sells himself as a gentleman investor and then beats people up on literally every deal. He makes smart moves and profits, but I think that gentleman image is BS. Just keep it 100, Curator. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, if you are a tough negotiator like Scott Boras, then just be real. Just say, I'm a shark. Right? Or don't say anything at all. Flippers tend to be sharks. I get it, right? You become successful by being, you know, a great salesman, right? But at the same time, don't tell people to be gentlemanly. You know, I'm not going to fall for that BS. I don't think Big Bob's Big Boy is either. Anyone who's seen a race car go 200 plus can't then say it ain't cool. Stands tend to be empty for F1 because they go to obscure countries where travel's 10K alone. I'm not sure how to improve the marketing image for F1, but the Netflix series did definitely help. Unbiased observation. Dakota, you're the Jedi ringleader. Laugh out loud. That's funny. So I am the great percolator. Follow my journey as I build bears, pump comic cards, and sprinkle positivity glitter. Okay, nice name. Clayton Terry, you see, there were 46 celebs at the Miami F1 event. Definitely a lot of paid appearances. Ha ha ha. All right. Can't say racing isn't a good buy when you got NBA and MLB pop counts 20,000 and racing pop counts are under 100. Not hard to see why it's more appealing at $10, $100, $1,000. That's not pump and dump. I don't believe you about F1 pumping until recently. Hearing F1 collectors brag about settling prices is a clear signal of pump till dump. All right. Pancake Analytics. Yep, I like your content on Marvel. Maybe come on my stream one of these days. Big dude. Is it coincidence that Backyard Breaks made an April Fool's video killing the one-on-one LeBron? Then they do it? Fishy. I don't know. There are a lot of fishy guys in the industry. I think Ziggy had a video. I didn't get to see it. I want to see what he has to say about the Backyard Breaks. I'll see it maybe tomorrow. Is it pumping when you show the $20, $30 autos you were buying, hoping to flip for 60? Well, in the future, I'm going to sell some of them, yeah, to finance some of those purchases, but this is it's a very, very slow pump. I don't know many people in their 20s and 30s that want Fergie Jenkins autographs. If you can name me any 20s and 30-year-olds, then okay, then. Billy Williams of the Cubs, I don't know how many people want to buy that stuff. You can't move those markets that aggressively. Big dude says that. Bottom line is that tons of new people entered the hobby during the pandemic, and the pump and dump machine burned all of them at some point, and they're never coming back again. Pump and dump kills the hobby long term. Yes, exactly. So it goes into what I've talked about, fragile versus anti-fragile, Nassim Taleb, right? This pumping strategy of these guys, it is a very fragile strategy because it's going to tick people off, right? You see more people coming to my videos these days. I'm doing, similar type of content, but the only difference is more people are watching. At times I used to have maybe 100 views, same type of content, right? And the reality is a lot of people, they don't like the BS. No one's calling it out. And if you just look at it, some people have certain badges, so they gatekeep. They keep their mouth shut when they should be actually speaking out. Because if they actually speak out like me, they won't have the badge. That's just the reality. And they won't have as many subscribers. Okay. So that's the other thing. Paulo says, what about Marvel? That's the PMGs. I've discussed that earlier. All right. Kentucky Derby is greater than F1. I really don't watch both of them, but okay, that's your opinion. Pump or not, F1 cards are in a massive bubble, and there will be many of these YouTube influencers bag holding when the market falls off cliff. Yeah. If people think that I'm being aggressive, then what's going to happen in the next few years when this stuff does blow up to the downside? What are they going to do? And then if I get more views, people are going to be like, oh, this guy's negative and this guy is using cornball content tactics to get views. I've been doing the same thing over and over again, right? I used to talk about the jab. People didn't like that. I had strong views about it. I used to talk, like I said, I talked about how I didn't like LeBron. I like MJ, right? I tell you what I think, and it rubs people the wrong way, This is not, a safe space to hear what you want to hear. I speak my mind. I'm very opinionated. That's what my wife said. And, their family knows that too. The best way to avoid pump and dump is to point out it exists. Oh, yeah. Can we talk about pops? That's not my forte. My wife knows about Funko Pops, but I do have some sports ones, Mahomes, Brady, etc. Giannis. Junkyard Goat Hunters, you're late to the party. Oh, man, you missed the popcorn, bro. You should have got, it's too late. Breed, use your, okay. Canton card collector, Dakota not a pumper. Okay, thanks. He's a catcher. Okay. Marvin Flores. At the end of the day, I'm not going to blindly follow an influencer's hot tip without doing research. I go to YouTube for entertainment. I like all you guys. We are all in the hobby because we love the hobby. Okay. Thanks, Marvin, for the nice comment. Big Dude says the real loser in that curator deal is Merlin. TGC probably beat him up to sell the card, then sells it. Messed up. I don't know about, I think he's in part of the deals. I heard something about that, but I think Merlin watches my videos, and then they were talking about me indirectly the other day. Sports shorts highlights. Yo, man, you have the craziest comments in my YouTube videos. I show my wife some of the comments that you make. Baker Boy says he's a backstop. Laugh out loud. Tom Brady was a catcher, I think, with the Expos. A lot of people don't know that. I love podcasts. It's always wild in the YouTube comment. Yeah, it's so weird, The comments are quite interesting. My wife's niece said that, I'm boring when she's listening to me, but she's, really young. My wife says I'm boring. But I don't know why the comments light up in here, man. Maybe today I'm fired up. Big Dude says Merlin is being used by him. Poor guy. I have no respect for the aw shucks mentality. This hobby is full of money-hungry shysters ready to empty your pockets and cause much hanky-panky. Sad. A lot of hanky-panky going on. Sports shorts lights. Miami or Philly? Brendan Ryan. Poor old Dakota was bitten by the great urinator, is now a Star Wars zombie. Hashtag save Dakota. All right, let's go through some more comments. BK Sports. All I know is I have never so many influencers get butthurt as fast as they have in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I don't understand it. I've been told I'm a small channel. Okay. Like, what's up with people with 4,000, 5,000 subs coming after me like this? Right? What's up with the Build-A-Bear group? Right? I would understand if I had like 10,000 subs, I had more. They're attacking. That's the name of the game. So it just makes no sense, doing that, right? Like I never saw, there's this channel. I didn't think he does videos anymore. What was the name? It was Orange Cards is the New Sport or something like that, or Sports Reckoning, right? That dude had pretty intense videos, right? You didn't see people go after him the extent they're going after me. I thought I was a small channel. I mean, you come after me. I mean, my channel is going to get bigger. The curator dude is sketchy as AF, or is sketchy AF. He goes into full cockroach mode when doing deals. He doesn't believe in both sides winning. He wants every penny. That's why I call him the great negotiator. He's a Scott Boras, man. He's the Scott Boras of the hobby. AIH slow pumper. Is that my new nickname now? Well, Sandy, I'm not going to read that out loud. Okay. What's the biggest conspiracy out there? Yeah. Well, what is the biggest conspiracy of the Build-A-Bear, group? BK Sports. It's not a hobby if you're constantly turning a profit. That is a business. Some people, I have no problem with people doing things the right way. It's capitalism, right? It's the point where people are screwing people over. That's what I have a problem with. Okay. All right. I'm going to probably read the last few comments. I got to still, clean my house and, get ready for the week. It's going to be a long week. So I may not be doing as many videos. I may slice and dice some clips. So you're going to see less of my content, but let's just look at a few more contents before I got to go. I missed the old days when I had an Ultra Pro binder and the latest copy of Beckett in hand. Only Beckett was pumping prices back then. All right. F1's not my thing, but a hobby unicorn for two reasons. Number one, limited print on first release due to being a new market. Number two, quality control, made edges, brutal. So PSA 10 pop reports are crazy low. They turned a hobby into a marketplace, basically. The great Grater believes he is the chosen one to bring balance to the hobby. You know, if he doesn't want negative people in the hobby, what are you trying to do, man? How you sure it's blowing up to the downside? Again, check pop counts on this stuff. That's across F1, Marvel, Star Wars, music, and any other oddball cards. You had that great run up with the Federal Reserve printing monopoly money and us going throughout the pandemic. Now we're getting out of it. So, my opinion, once we get that recession, some of these cards are going to be coming tumbling down. The Burrows, the Silver Conspiracy, the Hunt Brothers. Why can't YouTuber be excited and show what they're buying? Plus, just because I'm buying one thing today doesn't make it wrong to flip for something I can find cooler. Nah, I like this comment. The solution to the pump and dump problem is more pump and dump. Yeah, exactly. Like the government. The way to get rid of your debt is by going more into debt. All right. All right. Last few comments, and I definitely got to go. People need to do their research, shouldn't be blindly following a YouTuber or anyone else. The information's out there. Don't be lazy with your money. Put your time in. Big dude, glad you're going to be on Steve's live tomorrow. He's a good guy. Oh, yeah, definitely. He's definitely a good guy. I don't agree with him. I know we don't agree, but at the same time, you know, he doesn't seem like a bad dude. The point, should creators stay in their own lane, most like talking about what they collect and get used to some creator doing the same. When you go football to Star Wars, it becomes sketchy. Paulo says this is going to be just like the late 80s, early 90s. As a guy in his 50s, I was there. It sucked for a lot of small card comic shops, and this kind of activity will ruin the industry. Yeah, I believe there's going to be a hard correction, consolidation, even despite the card prices going down. Yeah, that sucks. And then Fanatics is going to take over too. That's going to be a new transition. Marvin Flores, you got it right, man. Long story short is never short. That good one, man. Good one. All right. Maybe just last few comments. I definitely got to go. All hobbies are businesses. Otherwise, there's no hobby. Pumpers are gonna pump everything: silver, Hot Wheels, vintage, clothes, cards, and collectible shoes, etc. People have to be more careful. BK Sports, Brady, last Expos draft pick ever before moving. The reason they're all mad is you're calling them out with zero proof. You never actually address criticism. I disagree with that. My opinion is you're just jealous because you don't have the great cards these guys supposedly pumps. You're going to get on their case because you're jealous. That's not the case at all. I have a decent Khabib card that I like. And I sold a bunch of Brady's after they 6x. I mean, they went up 6x over the past few years during the pandemic. Marvel was the worst of the pumps and dumps. Why aren't these guys showing off Marvel anymore? They cashed out. They've moved on to the next thing. All right. Last few things. Here comes the SCA defenders. I read comments, of people I don't agree with. It is what it is. Ryan says a sports reckoning was a complete nut and went after a YouTuber's wife and made unsubstantiated claims that Nike killed Len Bias. Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's mom. I was actually listening to that song. And I told my wife about that video. Yeah, I listened to the song lyrics. Quite interesting. All right, Malvin Forrest, let it tumble down so I could buy more. Oh my God, there's so many comments. I gotta go, man. All right. AIH attracting the crazies in the chat tonight. I don't know, man. I just read all this stuff, man. I try not to block people. Hockey 99 is someone that watches for sports cards. The great Dodger has been off my radar for a long time. I don't really care about the dorky non-sports cards. BK Sports, SCA was high as F last night. All right, last comment. I got to go. Hanky Panky Cards. I like your picture. Don't listen to the SCA Defense Force. These guys are all about hanky panky. All right, guys, I appreciate you coming on my live stream tonight. I will definitely be on, or I should be on Flipping Steve's channel. And I hope you guys join in. And I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys. Bye.